this video, we will be introducing some new vocabulary words that will be important as we begin our scientific studies. As you may already know, science is a way of improving our knowledge and our understanding of nature. And to help us understand the natural world, we make observations and we collect evidence. Observation is collecting information using one of the five senses. We can observe something by seeing, hearing, touching, smelling, even tasting, though I don't recommend tasting things in the science lab. A phenomenon is a happening or an event that we can observe with our senses. The plural of phenomenon is phenomena. In everyday speech, the word phenomenon is often used to describe a remarkable event. You may at some point have heard someone tell you that something they did was phenomenal. Well, in science, although sometimes the word phenomenon is used to describe something really spectacular, such as the Northern Lights, or a tornado, or an active volcano, or an explosion, the word phenomenon can also be used to describe less remarkable happenings, such as grass moving as the wind blows it around, or a candle burning, or a boat floating on the water, or a cat grooming itself. A phenomenon can be ice melting, or baby swans following their mother across a pond, or the sound that your shower makes after you turn it on, and many other everyday things. Things that happen, things that can be observed using the senses. Phenomena are important in science because they cause us to wonder and ask questions. And when we do science, we try to answer these questions by making observations and collecting data. Data are collections of facts, such as measurements or observations. There are two main types of data that we tend to talk about: qualitative data and quantitative data. Qualitative data is data that describes something but does not count it or involve numbers or measurements. Examples are things like color and texture and warmth, and other things that are qualities. That's why we call this qualitative. Think quality. By contrast, quantitative data is data that describes something using numbers or measurements. Examples might include weight or length or temperature or the number of objects. One way to remember quantitative data is to think of the word quantity. Quantity means the amount of something. Now it's your turn. Examine the data table and see if you can figure out if the data that is being described in the left column is qualitative or quantitative. Pause the video, try this yourself, and then come back and we'll go through this together. Okay, let's look at this data. First, the water has a temperature of 20 degrees Celsius. This is quantitative because it involves a measure of temperature, that 20 degrees there. And if you see a number of any kind, you're probably looking at quantitative data. Next one, the frying pan is hot to the touch. Well, hot it's a quality. This is qualitative data. There are no numbers in here, so we will check the qualitative box. The cat is small, fuzzy, and has stripes. Those are all qualities. They don't involve numbers, so this is qualitative data. Saturn is huge and has rings. Once again, we're talking about qualities and not numbers, so this is qualitative data. There are 3 rappers and 4 vocalists in BTS. Okay, we've got numbers here. This is quantitative. The elephant weighs 8,800 pounds. Once again, we have numbers. This is quantitative data. You should now be able to explain what a phenomenon is and give an example of one, make observations of phenomena and collect qualitative and quantitative data, and explain the difference between qualitative data and quantitative data.